So, Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance is actually kind of amazing. I know. It's probably the most hated comic book movie out there besides maybe Catwoman or Elektra, and there's a good chance if you stumbled upon this video that you hate it too. But let me really quickly explain why I think this movie is actually a lot of fun and just super misunderstood. I think in order to fully understand the insanity of Ghost Rider 2, you have to first be familiar with the insanity that is Mark Neveldine and Brian Taylor. I mean, these are the same guys behind Gamer and the Crank film starring Jason Statham. Side note, both Crank films are awesome and you should definitely go watch them ASAP.
Associates have taken something of value to me. I intend to get it back.
Neveldine and Taylor have a very distinct style and tone to their movies, probably best described as bath salts action filmmaking. Like seriously, every one of their films is completely demented and extremely over the top, but almost all of them are an absolute blast to watch because there's a certain level of self-awareness on display that many other action films now lack. Even some of the stuff Brian Taylor has gone on to make on his own has kept that exact same style and not been toned down at all, like the TV series Happy. Or the 2017 film Mom and Dad, also starring Nicolas Cage, which is a fucking blast. I remember seeing it at TIFF and the crowd went absolutely nuts for that thing.
Oh yeah, you put your right foot in, you take your right foot out, you do the hokey pokey and you fucking work it all out.
Unfortunately, this style that I love so much is the exact reason why I think so many people were turned off of Ghost Rider 2 when it was first released. Real quick, before I move on from talking about the directors, I just want to take a second to appreciate how much effort these guys put into their films. Neveldine and Taylor don't get enough credit for how many practical effects they use and how many crazy behind-the-scenes stunts they pull. They constantly break cameras and other equipment trying to film really difficult shots like hanging off the back of a car on rollerblades or even jumping off of a cliff holding a camera. Yeah, you know that shot of Idris Elba flying off the cliff towards the beginning? They jumped off a cliff with a camera. It's not all CGI. I'm not trying to say these guys are Mission Impossible level of crazy stunts, where Tom Cruise just tries to kill himself every 5 minutes and people film it. But credit where credit's due, you've got to appreciate the effort Neveldine and Taylor put into their films, regardless how you feel about the outcome. Anyway, back in 2007, people got the first Ghost Rider, which was met with mixed reviews and quickly forgotten apart from the few scenes where Nicolas Cage's crazy performance really shines. The film was dark, moody, and took itself very seriously for the most part. Spirit of Vengeance, on the other hand, did not take itself seriously at all. Now I get people are very protective of their favorite comic book characters, but how could anyone possibly watch Ghost Rider piss fire for no reason and go, yup, this movie is definitely trying to be cool and attempting to emulate the exact same tone as the first? Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance is a comedy at its heart. This is the main point most people miss with it. It doesn't take itself seriously at all, and it doesn't expect you to take it seriously either. Now before someone goes and misquotes me on this point, I want to clarify there's a big difference between putting in little to no effort at all in creating something shitty, and purposely creating something schlocky that is super tongue-in-cheek and exists purely to be entertaining and over the top. This is why I consider Ghost Rider 2 such a massive improvement over the mostly boring first film. It understood that this character was kind of ridiculous in the first place, especially due to Cage's antics on set. So it fully embraced the stupidity of it and went for pure entertainment value. I won't argue with anyone that this film isn't style over substance. It is, but I'll add on to that, I think this film falls more under style as substance. It's bursting at the seams with bro-y charisma and filled with an abundance of ridiculous action set pieces constantly trying to one-up each other with how ridiculous they can get. I honestly think if this movie came out now instead of in 2011, it would have been received a lot more positively by the mainstream media, especially after the success of films like Deadpool and Deadpool 2. Not that I think this is as good as Deadpool 1 or 2, don't worry. I just genuinely don't think people were ready for what this movie was. But maybe they are now. Who knows?
get some.
I'm not expecting to change too many people's minds with this video, because Ghost Rider 2 seems to be genuinely despised for the most part, but if this video can convince even one viewer to go back and give the film another chance, and maybe watch it with a different set of eyes now, I consider it a success. Thank you so much for watching, guys. This is my first video essay type deal, and hopefully I'll be doing a few more of these in the future. Hopefully I'll be improving my mic quality too, who knows. I'll leave my social media accounts like Letterboxd and Twitter and all that stuff below. Feel free to follow me there and keep up to date with what I've been watching lately and what I think about it, and I'll catch you guys on the next time.